Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And a very much shortened video this time because it's simply that Jurassic World Dominion, they've released some more images, and I thought I'd just throw them up and share them. So all I'm going to do, I'm not even going to go down, I'm just going to go bing and put them on the screen and talk you through them. Like I say, very short video, but we've got to keep that interest and momentum going. So here they are. So, obviously, first picture up here is Chris Pratt. He's looking stern and serious, and particularly handsome and rugged. I presume. Now, I know that there's a scene where there's velociraptors out in the snowy wastelands somewhere or other, so I'm presuming, looking at the background, that this is him hunting them. But, you know, as we're getting closer to the June 10th release, and so, as I say, they've released these pictures. I think, as I say, just to keep the momentum going, keep that interest up, which personally I think is good. I'm so looking forward to this film. I've mentioned before that, we've had so little to look forward to over the last few years that when something is good and positive and it's on its way, we've really got to put the effort in. We've got to get positive behind it, optimistic, back it, lift ourselves up by our bootstraps and get bootstraps. There's an old programmer for you. But lift ourselves up by our bootlaces and get going. I genuinely think that this film is going to be I think it could be the best, and if it's not best, it'll be second best, only to the original. But yeah, we'll go through these pictures. So it's like I say, it's the final film there, and can't wait. But of course, there's like I say, there's Chris Pratt. Now the next image here, this is Sam Neill, and in the background is Laura Dern, and to the right of it you can see. Now I couldn't tell you what the particular creature is, but it looks like it's the front of the snout with the teeth and just sort of part of the nostril of something large, ferocious, and unfriendly. I think that the Sam Neill part is. I think this is a mixed image, because I think the Sam Neill part of it is where the car has been overturned and they're all sort of hiding there. It's late at night and the orange is coming from the fire. The orange red light. There's flames around. Whereas the Laura Dern part of the picture looks like it's filmed in daytime. And then the whatever that is, T-Rex, Gigantosaurus or whatever, looks like it's photoshopped in over on top. It's not, considering that this is coming from the studio, I think it's almost the sort of thing I could have done. And I'm by no means an expert. It's sort of it's just sort of a montage. And it doesn't make sense that he's looking left and she's looking in and the monster's on his or on the right of the image. So it's a weird image. But anyway, we'll move on to the next one. And as you see here, it's the pit. I'm going to presume that it's gambling. It's going to be like cockfighting, but with what appears to be velociraptors or some such similar creature. They're very brave, because I wouldn't be anywhere near a velociraptor. So I think this is going to be one of those scenes where they're showing that the animals are in the wild, and they're running wild, and they're in the world, and men being men, they'll abuse the animals, and here we're seeing them abuse them, like I say, like a cockfight. So there. Next image is very good. I like this one, so I should put this up now. Bing, there we are. Now this is obviously Chris Pratt again. God, he's looking hunky. Look at the way he's holding his arms. It's almost as though he's worked out and wants to look buff. I look buff underneath all my layers of lard, honest. I used to have a six-pack. Now I've got a barrel. So he's looking at this again. It's going to be some kind of velociraptor-like thing with the feathers. We know now that velociraptor probably did have feathers. We can't guess the colour, but there's no reason why it wasn't red. But it is almost, I tell you what, that is almost dragon-esque, isn't it? And looking at the tents and things in the background, it's almost like it could be some down in the south. It's a NASCAR meet, and this is a sideshow, a NASCAR meet or something. I suspect that it's possibly not all of them are going to be baddies. This is the thing. I've just realised that the man standing behind wearing the mask is actually crew. Yeah, I think that's probably a boomer he's holding. Yeah. So this is an on-set rather than a clip from the film. They're showing the magic. They're showing the workings behind the curtain. They shouldn't do that. It should keep the magic alive. Anyway, this next picture, I'm going to have a plod and say that is a Brachiosaurus, and it's just nice, big, wallowy picture. It's evening time. It's gone for a cooling dip. Yeah, it's a beautiful picture. Actually, it's the sort of thing you could probably frame and put on somebody's wall. And the next picture is Mamadou Athi. He's stepping out of the helicopter. I think it's a helicopter, is it? Or a plane? It's hard to tell from that angle. No, it's definitely a helicopter. There's a tail rotor there, yeah. It's just a little winglet thing that gave it away. Sort of made me wonder if it was a plane. He's coming to save the world. Again, coming out looking tough, action figure. Nice jacket. Seriously, I'd have a jacket like that. I would wear that. And then the final pic that was released is the sort of a group shot here. Stop in the name of love or something. Sam Neill probably rehearsing for his next role in the Full Monty 2. He's not in the Full Monty 2, that's a joke. And would you really want to see Sam Neill taking his clothes off? Not so much. I could get into trouble and say that the one in the middle, yes, that'd be more my line. But I won't say that because that would be sexist. And then Chris Pratt again with his big weapon. There, it's in his hand. What were you thinking I was meaning? And nice colour, actually. I like the blue with the orange flame on the side. So yeah, I mean, from a directorial point where you're doing the image and the framing, it's a nice framing, and I've got his director's head on here, you know. It's a nice framing, it's a nice colour palette, and you know that there's something that's going to eat them is in front of them. I'm reckoning it's velociraptors. You can't see, but I think it might be velociraptors, because that's the sort of stance that you were saying that Chris Pratt did in the first film when he was training the velociraptors. So I think that's possibly that. So, nice set of pictures released. As I say, it's there for marketing. Keep the momentum going. Keep pushing the product until that June 10th release. And it's working. Like I say, I'm very enthusiastic. I did like the pictures, but we have to address the elephant in the room. All those pictures, and they're all very great. Where the hell is Jeff Goldblum? We know Chris Pratt is a star, absolutely. But Goldblum? Seriously? Not a picture of him? He's not the quiet, shy and retiring type. In fact, I do feel very sorry for any actor who has to share a scene with him. Because it doesn't matter how good an actor you are. If you're in that scene, Goldblum is just going to steal it. He's going to steal the scene. All the eyes are on him. All the attention is on him. He has such a presence. So it must be very hard for them to act. So possibly they've made a decision not to put an image out of him simply because it would be everything was just looking at him and nobody would care about the rest. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just odd that his presence was not there in those pictures. Nor indeed, of course, Bryce Dallas Howard, which I can't understand either. I mean, she's the other co-star of this production. Why didn't she get a picture released? And much as I like her and I think she's fine, she's not in the same class as Jeff Goldblum in terms of, scenery eating, ham overacting and stealing everything. She's a good actress, don't get me wrong, but Jeff is just special. So, I don't mean to insult her. I quite like her. No, that's unfair. It's unfair. However, they were good pictures. I'm looking forward to this. So we'll tick on another day off. Tick another day off, and we'll see what comes up in the next few days, because I think they're releasing quite a lot on a regular basis. As I say, to keep that momentum going. Anyway, we'll round this off here. I hope you like the images. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications for future output. Leave a like, leave a comment, and until next time, stay safe, stay well, and goodbye.